Oh, hello, my lovelies. That's me. That's me down there. There we go. Right, I'll be doing my screen sharing in a bit. I'm just getting it started because it takes a few minutes to get started. And that way you don't get to see my screen full of hardcore pornography or anything else that I should be really putting up there. What I'm doing is just having a quick look, see what's on here. Starting Video Studio Max, and I'm starting Unreal Engine. And Unreal Engine, when it's the first kind of proper boot up of the day, can take a while. Now, some of you may be going, oh, it's 2 in the afternoon, how come you haven't opened Unreal Engine yet? I was working until 3:30 this morning, just to put that in perspective. And I've been doing other stuff before I turned this on, so yeah. Anyway, no time like the present. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to make the staircase a bit better. What I'm going to suggest to you is that if you're following along, you may need a couple of pre-existing skills, like knowing how to make a basic stair primitive brush in Unreal Engine would probably help you, but we'll come to that soon. This isn't a lesson, this is me doing stuff, you kind of watching. Oh, someone was asking, is it Christmas here all the time? No, my wife just loves glittery things, and I think they make my office look nicer, so I kind of have them everywhere. I'm very colourblind, as a lot of people will know, so, you know, it helps. Oh, come on, 93%, good grief already, how much is it going to take? I'm really looking forward to going to my beard barber and getting this fella shaped soon, because it's really getting out of control, this beard. But I don't have an orange there anymore, sadly. But I do have a Judge Dredd badge, which I made to my son. There we go. That's what it should be. Come on, 93% still. Good God. You can have a look and think kind. See that? That's what it looks like. There. Come on, there's a bloody move on. It always stays forever at 93 because what it's doing, I think, is compiling shaders. And so it just stays there doing that forever. See? A bit of a close up there for the Judge Dredd badge. Hasn't been painted yet. Hasn't got it. Will be. See? Good to wear it there. Because my son is called Law. You wouldn't think it from meeting. Still at 93%. Ye gods and little figures. Alright, I'm waiting for that. This is obviously where I'm going to be doing building stuff. Now, I don't know if they've still got it or not, but they used to have like various tools for making staircases in here. I haven't used them for so long. They've probably done. Oh, stairs. There we go. Look, stairs. These one. So this will allow you to literally build a straight staircase. Kind of in any way that you choose. I might actually look at this and see if it's any good, because I've not actually used the 3ds Max pre-built staircase thing. And if it's going to save me a few minutes, then I'm quite tempted. stringers. Yeah. That's quite interesting. I'm tempted to give it a go because I'm willing to bet that it unwraps it as well. Oh, it's been so long since I've used like the basic fundamental tools of 3ds Max to build stuff like this that it's really quite an interesting experience actually. So this is our staircase primitive, which is doing far too small. Doesn't matter though. Quite like that actually. That's a lot better than I thought it would be. Okay, so today I'm going to be using the staircase primitive in 3D Studio Max because why the hell not? So, like I say, what I'm doing is I'm just waiting for Unreal Engine to stop farting out. See, it's just right. It's stopping farting out now. There we go. You can see Captain Malin just relaxing in the background. I put him in there just to, because I like him being there really. This is our kitchen, as you can probably see, with our tinned produce. No sink, because plumbing. And that's an old cooker, which I found on, Critical Mixer. Very useful. Right, so this is our staircase primitive, okay, which is called House Stairsway, because of course it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to House Stairsway, which is here, and I am going to export. I'm going to export it to my desktop. Just call it House Stairsway. There we go. So that's all I had to do. Okay, now I'm going to take it away, and I'm going to load up 3ds Max. Using 3ds Max, I'm going to import. I know it sounds like a lesson, but it always sounds like a lesson when I'm doing stuff. So I always talk. That's just the way I am. House Stairsway, 21k of sheer geometrical goodness. Okay, it's not there, is it? Let's check the import on this. So import. And House Stairsway. Right then. Current presets. I mean, Autodesk Media and Entertainment. The geometry. Yeah, okay. So why are you not importing back? There you go. Thought as much. Right, so the helpful thing with this is this shows us exactly where the pivot point is and exactly how big the staircase should be. And as you can see over here, this staircase ain't correct yet. So I'm going to rotate it. In fact, I'm probably going to delete it to use snaps at the moment. Straight staircase. And this will give me a rough idea of how I need it to be. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide. About that long. Yeesh, I'm going to get this right Monday. There. Nearly. Let's say nearly. Nearly's good. Okay, so as we can see, I've got loads of it wrong, so that's great. So I'm just going to do a lot of manual stuff now. There we are. And I want to get this roughly in the same position as the other staircase, if I can. And I'm just going to check something here. Interesting. Okay, so take this down a wee bit then. Let's move there. And I'll move it across like that. Now I can adjust the width. So if I just look for whatever the heck the width is on this, I think I made my original one 50. Kind of sounds normal for me. No, it's just over. So again, I'm just keeping it within the bounding box that already exists for this staircase. And this will allow me now to increase the length. Cool, and now increase the height. Nice, okay. Now the risers are quite high. Now, what is the overall riser count? 6. Very fine. Mess around with this. Increase my riser count to 14. I'm just experimenting with numbers here, seeing kind of what works. That'll work. Okay, so let's get rid of our original house stairs away. There it is. And I'm going to let's look at the pivot point for this, which is just down here. I'm going to move this now to 0, 0, 0. And we know that this rail is on the correct side, even though it doesn't seem to connect to anything. That's okay if it doesn't. It's okay if it doesn't. Now we've got various different options, closed and open. I'm going to go box. Generate mapping coordinates. Ooh, lovely. And I think I'll probably do it. Like I said, I can run some stringers down here on this wee triangle, so that's not really an issue. Okay, so let's just convert it to decimal polygon. Go over here and check our unwraps. There's our unwrap PVW. And open our unwrap PVW. Okay, so as you can see, it isn't mapped particularly well. In fact, it isn't mapped very well at all. So we might as well take this opportunity to do some tweaking and editing. So I'm going to convert to decimal poly here. And I'd rather have this a bit more round than it is. If you look at it, it's very triangular. So I'm going to chamfer. And when I do that, it's going to obviously make a mess of things until I do that, which kind of rounds it a bit. Now, I don't have any, I don't have anything kind of holding the rail up. And this rail is quite thin, unfortunately. So there's something I can do with this to make it look a bit better, very probably. Before I do that, what I'm going to do is take this bit of stringer. Well, is it a stringer or is it a solid? I don't know. One of them. I'll take this bit and this bit. It depends. For me, it's very much an ergonomic thing, Kip. If it has to matter, then I think standard stair. Yeah, the standard step riser is about 200 millimeters, which is about 20 centimeters, which is obviously for safety. Although, if you've ever been to, for example, the Netherlands, you'll know that they don't really give a monkeys about their staircase steepness. They're terrifying staircases. But there we go. So I mean, it's very much up to you. Okay, that's kind of cool, but this bit here is not cool. It's the opposite of cool. This is so uncool. It could quite literally have its own TikTok. See that? I'm in with the kids. Oh no, I all know. Okay, so edible poly, I'm going to create a shape from this. Let's call it shape. Delete the living shit out of this piece. And that needs to be this. Yeah, a lot of the time for new houses, Kip, very much a standard, okay? But certainly for older houses, it's basically whatever fits. Like I say, that's why if you see old English houses or houses on the continent in Europe and stuff, they tend to have like really, really mad staircases. Right, this is an editable spline, so rendering, enable, enable. There we go, make it thicker and nicer. And interpolation on this should be considerably lower than it already is. There's my interpolation. Here it is. I don't reduce it down, we'll end up with lots of polygons. So 12 sides is excellently adequate in my opinion. And the thickness, I'm going to make up to 2. To editable polygon. Now then, as to the actual thing, what goes in there, that's the technical term, incidentally. Let's have a look. I need to probably thicken this sideboard because it's not an IKEA staircase. So I'm going to grab both of these and just thicken them slightly. Okay, the reason I've done that is obviously so that I can. Yeah, I was saying to my daughter and a boyfriend yesterday, I was at the Netherlands several years ago when I was teaching there, and I was at this place. It's you can find it there. It'll be open again hopefully after the lockdown. And it was a pancake place, and it was advertised as the smallest restaurant in the world. Hang on a second, let's see if I can find a picture. Yeah, straight away found it. Images. Yeah, here it is. So this is like the smallest pancake restaurant and thing in the world. Now that is the staircase. You can't really see how steep it is, but that line there is literally the angle of the staircase. And I spent all my time in there, terrified to come back down the stairs again because it was so good down sleep. Yeah, that's going to be a handrail. Again, with handrails, it's the same as anything else. You know, some places won't bother with it, some places just have a rope. I'm just putting it in because I find it helps kind of separate off architecturally one piece from another piece. Yeah, it was a lunatic place. Okay, I need a rail now. Let's have a look. I know what stair stringers tend to look like, you see, and I think I want to make a nice one. So, sounded primitive. I always get caught up in this, but it's my own fault. Right, so let's start off. And I tinker a lot. That's kind of my style of 3D. Again, I've said this to my students myriad times, is that art's art, unless you're doing archvies. And I know this is technically kind of archvies, but unless you're doing like proper archvies, like, you know, suit and tie archvies, you can get away with really rather a lot more. So that's okay. So drop my height down to about 10. Go to the poly. Right, I'm going to chop that up to there. Just give it a rough size. I want to adjust that rail in a minute because I don't like it very much. What I like about Unreal Engine is that it kind of changed the way that I model stuff a lot in 3D Studio Max, because it used to be that when modeling, I'd be kind of trying to make everything just one polygon and really neat. And Unreal Engine doesn't care whether I'm neat or not. It's like, yeah, you sure you want to waste all that time making everything really neat, buddy, and attaching everything together? Or we could be having fun. And so very much kind of, yeah, I'm going to make stuff. I mean, I'm a sucker for the, what do you call it, the Unreal Engine marketplace. You know, I'll keep going in there and be like, would you like this? It's only $10 or something. You'd like some incredibly useful asset. And then I'll remember that I can make that asset myself in about like 25 minutes or something, and it's mine forever. So I've got quite a lot of stuff that I'm never going to use mixed in with like stuff that is incredibly useful. Too narrow, definitely too narrow. Try it again. I love the bevel tool, incidentally. Anyone who doesn't love the bevel tool is probably wrong. I know, like, only me and the guy who runs Autodesk use 3ds Max anymore, but that's not the point. It's such a useful tool, this bevel. And the thing is, as I've said many times, you know, people are just going to look at what you're doing in 3D Studio Max. Oh yeah, absolutely. People are going to look in 3ds Max and it's not 3ds Max, sorry, they're going to look at your game project that you've made, and they're going to, especially if it's a shooter, they're just going to blaze past it, just like not do anything, not look at anything that you've made. But you know, I like the fact that it's there. It's like I was saying, there's like a secret hidden in the kitchen that only me and my wife will actually get, and I think that's awesome. You know, being able to put things in that only you're going to be able to understand. I often wondered why, like, people put Easter eggs into their projects, and sometimes it's because it's the only way that you can take something that you've made and make it truly yours. Oh god, yeah, Intrim Edge is such a good tool. I was really surprised they never like used that. They never adapted it more to more 3D applications, because it really is like one of the most useful tools. I always loved Intrim Edge. Right, let me just move this across. So, where's the pivot? There it is. I think one of the things that really drives me nowadays is just the urge to make things that, in my opinion, are kind of looking nice. I don't tend to do robots as much anymore. I know a lot of people miss the robots I used to do, but it's not a practicality. I mean, even I don't use robots in what I'm doing. So I kind of wonder. They're good for learning the important stuff in hard surface, but I don't really make sci-fi stuff like games, so there we go. A little bit thicker. Done. I mean, I keep thinking maybe I'll go back and do some more Dreadnought one day, but I don't know. I think that's one of those things for me that's kind of been and gone now. I did an enormous tutorial for China on what was it again? Building this massive robot. I mean, it was like 12 million polygons. It was ultra detailed. It walked, all that kind of good stuff. You know, properly animated, and it took so bloody long to make that I don't know. I think I just didn't care anymore when it comes down to it. I got to the point where it's like I just didn't want to do it, which is a shame, you know. But I finished that tutorial. It's on sale in China, and I think that's probably my last robot set. Simply because there's no demand for it anymore, really. So, you know, what can you do? But I'm going to do shift and drag. I mean, I was sick of not having any money, because when this is what you do, you know, teaching people is how you make your cash, and no one's buying sets anymore. I knew this would eventually start to come down, so I'm just going to adjust these by hand. God, the Dreadnought set. How long ago did you do the Dreadnought set? Out of curiosity. Must have been a while. I'll do a before and after on the staircase. I'm just trying to get across for people kind of how cool it is to be able to make your own stuff. Yeah, it would have been a while ago. The original Dreadnought, well, the Dreadnought, the very first one came out in 2005. Could be 2004 now even. And that was a very low detail 3D Studio Max kind of single mesh. It was when I first started coming up with ideas to use the replacement tool because I'd seen something along those lines. I wanted to know if I could do something without having to code because I hate coding. Yeah, it would have been at least that. And so 2005, let's say, for the original Dreadnought 1. Dreadnought 2, which is the one that you probably did, that was originally developed as a pitch for Games Workshop because at the time 3D was like really taken off amongst younger people. And I asked Games Workshop if it would be possible to, like, you know, basically use their IP in a legitimate way to teach people. So we went down to a meeting at the White Tower at Loughborough and saw Games Workshop there to kind of talk to them about it. And they were interested, but I don't think they could see how it was going to work for them financially. And so, unfortunately, that didn't really go anywhere, which is a damn shame. But I had the, obviously I had the Dreadnought tutorial that I specifically made to show them, and it wasn't doing anything. And so at that point I came up with the whole, well, you know, fair use policy, and we built it. So I stuffed it on sale. And I don't think it was as popular. Actually, no, I think it was as popular, I've come to think of it, as the APU set was. And the APU set, like, sold bananas. Absolutely crazy how well that one did. Go figure. But that looks okay, doesn't it? Not too many polygons. A few, but not too many. Okay, so now I need to attach these. It's not like I'm going to reuse them for now. There we are. Well, that gives me my staircase, which I like. Now, stairs don't actually look like this, so depending on incredibly how anally retentive I'm trying to be, look, I might be. Should I be? Maybe not. Nah, sorry, I'll keep it as they are. The good thing is that kind of these railings really improve the quality of the staircase no matter what I do, so I can't really lose in that respect. Okay, now I'm going to grab everything, move it towards the pivot. There we go. Works for me. I'm going to save it. So, file. Why don't you save it? Ah, Jesus. Don't do that to me. Die. Right then, so 3ds Max 2020, blah, 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 blah. That's not where it goes. It's been my assets, staircase. Make a new folder called staircase. These are all same assets as standard, just in case you're wondering. But everything that I needed to build is here, kept, so I can reuse it. And my housekeeper has stairs, but I'm trying to keep a decent naming standard. Right, now I'm going to unwrap it using the cheatingest method in the entire world, which always makes me feel bad for about 1 second. Unwrap. And for this, I'm going to flatten my mapping at 60-degree polygon angle threshold. It's done. Oh, that was difficult. Okay, and just close that down. Now, separating out our materials. Well, to be honest, it shouldn't be made out of the same material anyway, so I'm not entirely sure that even matters. Okay, solid. I'm just going to go for it. So, file, export, selected. I'll put it in my staircase folder. And I'm going to call it Lighthouse Keeper's Stairs. It's done. Now, there's our original staircase. Woo! And I'm going to go over here to decor, for the stairs. And I'm going to go to Critical Mixer because I know, definitely. I mean, here you go. I don't know if you can see that. Just a second. I made that for my son yesterday because he loves Judge Dredd. And I'm thinking I might go and redo some of my robot pieces as 3D prints because they work. Weirdly enough, they work, and because I'm, you know what I'm like with detail, articulated dreadnought. Yeah, I could do that. Games Workshop can't. I can do that. Anyway, enough blowing my new tutor. So, have I got a staircase in here? There should be. Yeah, I'll get that. There should be a staircase. Yeah, Lighthouse internal. Here we go. New mix. Stairway. Higher working resolution because it's a large piece. Yeah, I'm tempted actually. If I just kind of show you this, because I use resin printers, I don't use PLA because PLA is garbage. Where's my 3ds Max? Open insert. Okay, open. It's been so long, I'm trying to remember where things are. Here we go. So, that's my DXF. Yeah, Photon Mars is the daddy when it comes to like awesome prints. Absolutely love mine. We're going to see what do you call it? And oh yeah, I've got a Dreadnought. Not a Dreadnought. Yeah, I have. I've got what are they called again? Those bloody things. Custodian one. That's it. Custodian. There you go. I printed this little fella the other day. You might be able to see it in great detail to the camera. But, yeah, I love that. He's like totally one of my favourites. I mean, they call them janitorial custard guards when you look at that thing there, I suppose. Love it. Right, so this is document storage. That's not even the right one, is it? It's E then. God, that's many hard disk drives. Development, China robot. Here we go. I'll just give you the lower leg. Hang on. Lower leg, pelvis, and so on. Open. The reason I've chosen this is because it's fairly low detail. By comparison to the rest of the models, that won't take like 25 years to load. Okay, unhide all. Okay, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's what I like. With 3D printing, because I've like built all these lovely little pistons and piston cups and things like that, I can feed this into the 3D printer and get articulated output, which is flipping great. You know, because obviously I've got all the little drive pieces inside here. And I tell you what, resin printers print a good spring as well. So this kind of all comes out, which is awesome. So yeah, I might actually do some robots. That might not be a bad idea. I suppose I could do it on Patreon, couldn't I? Like a Robot of the Month Club or something. I'll think about that. Thanks for giving me the idea. Right, and so that'd be a fun way of doing stuff anyway. Now, what was I doing? Imports. I have to make a point to try and remember to do that. I'm sure you can remember me. Yeah, it's flipping amazing. You just export it as an OBJ or an STL and off it goes. Now then, I need to go to just simple stuff. Yeah, you. Assets. Staircase. Let's keep stairs. Oh shit. Footnotes. Staircase. Lighthouse keep stairs. Right, so there's my staircase, which is a great way of checking to make sure it's not balls as well. Local library. And for this, I will be using some wood. And boat deck. Nice and rough. Thanks. Well, exactly. Exactly. Lord's lordy. What's not to love? I think I'm going to change the wood on this. Let's have a look. Okay, that's not bad. I'm going to go paint mask. My brush nice and soft. Just start drawing this. Left up here. A couple of different layers, basically. Let's go straight. Like that. Do that. Right. I like to place one of these on top of it usually, and then ease it down a bit. Certainly don't want metal underneath that. So I'll change the metal. This will take a moment to. Lovely. I'm going to open this and find my steel, and I'm going to place that with this. Actually replace it with that. And paint should be hideous brown. Brown colour code. Here we are. So let's see, brown. 654321. Nice. Stop that. Okay. Got the staircase. Nice, nice, nice. What else need to do for this? Dust, yeah, it's on that. Damage, got that. Spades, yeah, solid on me. Okay, so I'm going to export this. And I don't want albedo. Right. Diffuse, yes. Specular, yes. Gloss, no. Roughness, yes. Normal, yes. Displacement, no. And some metals. I'm going to put this in the correct folder. Yeah, what kind of 3D printed madness do you like? I presume, I mean, you probably like robots if you're under dreadnoughts and stuff. You could probably do some dreadnought stuff, actually. Fancy doing the dreadnought. God damn it. Okay, so file. I'm not going to do a quick export. I'm going to do a proper export. And it do its biz. That hasn't worked out quite well. I should be done just in time, and I've got to go and get a little bit of groceries in. It's done. Yep. Oh, I find grieving very relaxing too. It's all about like getting it looking just in your mind's eye, just getting it looking good. You know, what I always say to people. You know, you want it to look good for yourself. You're the ultimate critic. Right, just close. Come on, close, go away. That's it. Right click, import. So there's my stairs. Move my old staircase over here, so that's either way. Move my new staircase to here, where it's scaled slightly badly up here. That's okay, we can fix that. So a little bit out of whack. Check it, so it's going to unlit. Weird, it should have been scaled correctly, so I've now improved the ceiling and importing it everywhere. Certainly looks like it. However, adapt, adopt, and improve. That looks about right. Scale on this one, for whatever reason, was approximately 2.5 or 2.6. Okay, to 2.6. Yeah, that looks 2.5. Okay. As long as I can not have any staircase sticking through this bloody wall. Okay. Goes up there. Nothing sticking out the wall. Here's our old staircase. See, the new one is a big improvement over the old one. Oh, God. There's a way. And import. Right, let me just check these. No point in importing metalness or the specular for that matter. So we'll import these ones. Roughness, diffuse, but the other one. I would say all. I don't have a collision mesh for my staircase yet. I will build one of those in the next minute or two. Now, that is a very good question. What I do is I basically go in layers. So this house was obviously the first The house and the lighthouse were the first assets I made, and I built those just using blocking tools inside of Unreal Engine. So this was just like cylinder, this was basic walls. Then what I did was I started obviously mapping everything up and using decals and things. I mean, all the stains on the walls, these were decals, for example, to make it kind of look better. And then I'd start taking the empty sections. So, for example, this corridor here, which is empty, and I'd start by putting a few bits of furniture in it just to start, you know, making it look a bit more lived in. I mean, this looks in no way lived in, it's bare. However, then what I'd do is, if I use this for example, I'd then start adding some props in, and the portraits. I built a special blueprint, and as I'm not very good at painting, I programmed an AI to do 100 really weird, janky portraits for me. And they're all just so warped, and I love them all. And they're mine, which is awesome. And so I started decorating there. Then yesterday, I was obviously over here in the kitchen. I don't know if people were watching that one. And so I had to start building the kitchen in a 1930s way, which meant a small stove, because it's all been able to bring over on the boat. Food supplies that have been bought out, including vegetables and tinned produce, more paintings, things like that. And just go from there, and I lay it up. Anything I don't have, I'll either see if I can cobble it together to make it work, or I will build it myself. Obviously, one of the benefits, as you know, of 3ds Max, being able to use it, is that you can make your own tutorial, make your own bloody assets. Hence the staircase. I mean, if I wanted to buy that staircase, or one that was kind of like it, but not really as good, to be fair, it would have probably cost me about $20. And now I have my own, and later on I might actually stick these on the asset store, just for anyone who needs themselves a staircase or whatever. I've got a stupendous amount of assets from building this game so far, and I mean, I'm nowhere near done when it comes to the actual assets I'm going to need. One more. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do this, I don't think, though, without Quixel, because Quixel's obviously been my kind of lifesaver when it comes to materials and things. Okay, lovely. Not too horribly narrow either. I mean, you can build really narrow kind of Dutch-style staircases, but which of those isn't one? But with that, I tend to avoid it because I need to make the angle for the player that we can climb kind of so much higher. Right, anyway, enough talking complete cobblers. Let's get the stairs done. So what I have to do is build a collision for the stairs, and if I was lazy, I'd try and auto-generate one. But what that technically make is more slope, because one of the things this ain't very good at is making, you know, functional staircases. So a front, I think. No left. So what I do is I make a single step, like I've just done here, and then obviously I can duplicate that, all the way up, and I know my character will be able to walk up it, which is great because, funny enough, even though I've been developing this since January, today is going to be the first day that I can actually make my character walk as far as his bedroom without having to hover, because the old staircase said it was just a proxy model. I hadn't even bothered sticking a collision mesh on it. There we go, just manually doing this. Dooby-dooby-doo. Keeping an eye out for my window, which I can see through the reflection of my monitor. is I'm going to get a lift to the shop. My busy daughter. There we go, that should do it. Now, need to build a side thingy bob one. So, back in perspective. And collision add box, not that a huge one. Now, we can either have it angled so you can jump over the banister if you really, really want to, but most people aren't. So, to be honest, that should be fine. It'll stop people from going underneath the staircase as well. Okay, that's kind of all you need. Save. Stop. Okay, so our staircase now, as you can see, should work. And I'm going to use a decal to project a stairway carved onto it. But it's got shadows now, which is nice. Didn't have them before either. So I'm just going to click play from here and just kind of check my staircase works. Takes a few minutes to start. There's a lot going on. They'll be launching a particle system over there at the minute. There's only 10,000 birds suddenly appearing. Oh, an Oculus has started as well. I love it. And yes, it's going to stutter like crazy. I have a lot to the application. So, hooray! There you go. Look at that. Look at that kit. You're the first person to get to see the actual thing do stuff. There you go. There's my bed. Over here. Captain Mallin's bed. Here. Thank you. Here's the kitchen. I'm not sure why the light's set to be flickering. I'll have to fix that. The last thing I want to do is sit in the kitchen with any seizures. And it's dark outside now, actually. Okay. I'll look out there in a minute. I like to check things occasionally. I'm going to get rid of that lamp, I think, and change it for a different one, because that one looks a bit too warm. Yeah, it's dark. It gets dark real quick. Like, real quick. There's the lighthouse up there. I don't know if you can see it or not. That's fun, just how dark it gets out there. Oh, what a nightmare there. Well, you can see it slightly better through the window. Oh, how about a sausage, Captain Mallon? No, it's not okay. This is bloody light fixed. I didn't want to flick it. Look at that. It's amazing, isn't it? A computer made that. A picture. Made it, designed it, made it look like it could paint. Same with that one. So twisted. You can get in so nice and close to them. Right, I'm going to go and get ready because I'm going to have to nip to the shop. He doesn't look happy, does he? Which is funny because he's quite a jolly character most of the time. Right, I'm going to save. Anyway, Kip, it's been grand hanging out with you. I'll be doing some more streaming either later on today or tomorrow if not. So hopefully I'll see you then. Anyway, take it easy and see you later, buddy. Now, let's stop this.